What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brennan. I'm BManX45, and we're coming at you with another video. We have some anime news. We're going to be talking about the shows we've been watching for the fall anime lineup of 2025. We are getting into a bunch of our dub shows that we really like, and we've got dub dates for a lot of stuff. We've started watching a lot of new stuff, some of old stuff with new seasons. It's pretty great. We got to watch the first episode of My Hero Academia, the final season, this week as it finally got dubbed. So we're really excited about that. Some things we haven't really seen yet, and they're probably already up, at least one episode dubbed. So we're going to be getting into that. And hopefully we'll enjoy that as much as we've enjoyed some of this other stuff. So let's get into it. Let's talk about what animes I'm really looking forward to seeing this season and how they play out, and which ones are kind of fun, which ones are really like interesting, and which ones I can't wait to see more of. And as always, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of fun. So we got into this is updated on the first. We got this a little bit into late November, so we're on our way into a couple of the TV series. Gachikuda is having a full season. I think probably like 24 episodes because it's gone past 12 or 13 now. So it's getting what it looks like to be a full series. We haven't got a dub yet as of yesterday. I did check yesterday. They originally it was simul-dubbed for the first 12 episodes. It was, every Sunday you got both sub and dub, and now there's a gap. So I'm assuming there's been 2 episodes. So maybe next week when we have a 3rd episode subbed, we'll get the first of the, which I think is episode 13 or 14. We'll get that one dubbed. It does, say dub time Sunday, but we'll have to wait and see because that could just be based on what it was doing last. Core, like that's what they call it. They call it the cores, core 1, core 2. Of course, we got our first episode of My Hero Academia final season, starting out All for One and All Might's fight, Armored All Might, and it's just kind of interesting him just giving it his all and smiling the whole time. That was a good way to start the season, and very cool, very good, and I can't wait to see some more of what the season has to give to everybody, and just see what the final battle looks like, because it's going to be really awesome. And this is a show that I really admire, and it's been something that I've watched it a couple times already just because I like it so much, and I'm always willing to watch it when somebody comes over and they're like, hey, what's that? Yeah, let's try watching that. So I really love My Hero Academia. I think it's a great show, and it's honestly, sometimes it feels better than some of the superhero stuff we get in Western media. Spy X Family says the dub time is live. I didn't check this on Saturday, so I don't know. I'm assuming there might be an episode to watch, just because I know I checked it last week and it wasn't there. So I'm excited to see what happens in season 3. I'd like some more growth. Like, the one thing about shows like this is that everything kind of moves to a point where nothing actually happens, and I'd like to see some movement in the story, some movement between the characters to the point of, it's always the same thing. Like, he shows affection towards her and then she drop kicks him, and that's kind of, it's fun for the first couple seasons, but eventually these people have to have some kind of growth together and beyond just the generic, growth that you saw in season 1. There's got to be some kind of thing. There's got to be some stakes. Maybe one of them finds out the identity of the other one. And that's something I'm hoping there's some actual growth there, or figure out that Anya's a telepath or some stuff like that. It's just, there's just not enough stakes. There wasn't enough stakes in season 2, I feel. So I'm hoping that they fix that in season 3, because that's what made season 1. You felt like it was going somewhere in season 1 the whole time. And when season 2 came in, it didn't really feel that way. So unfortunately, that's where I am on that. To Your Eternity, I've been watching this one. Actually, I finished watching season 2 right as season 3 started to get dubbed. So I actually got a couple episodes of season 3 right away. So this is pretty cool. They're now in the future, which is kind of interesting. And things are still kind of crazy. There's still kind of some weird stuff going on there. So it's interesting. and we'll have to wait and see, like the bear in the back. We'll have to see where this goes, and where they're taking the story now that the kind of the knockers are nowhere to be seen. I don't know if they're all gone. We'll have to wait and see there. And then there's also Let's Play. We started watching this one the other day. This looks like it might be a very interesting romance, kind of like slice of life anime. So we'll have to wait and see how this. I've only seen the first episode, and we'll have to see how this plays out. But I think it's going to be pretty comical and seems kind of interesting. This one too, my status is the assassin obviously exceeds the hero. I've watched the first couple episodes of this. So this is a very interesting anime as well. It's going to have him be like super OP, kind of like all those isekai animes, although he's an assassin, and so he's going to do things a little differently. So that's going to be kind of interesting. It seems like a cool enough show to start off with, but we'll have to wait and see. Getting into I watched the Gatherer's Adventures in Isekai, the first episode, where he gets the little baby dragon. So that's kind of interesting as well. I haven't seen any of these ones here. We started watching, me and my wife are watching Campfire Cooking. That's one we watched together. We started watching the first episode, haven't seen the second one, but it's always amusing. Fell, and now he's getting a dragon too, so that's kind of interesting and funny as well. So we can't wait to see more monster recipes. There's Digimon Beat Break is not something that we know of is going to be dubbed, but I'm going to be doing a video on this because I'm really hoping they decide to dub this, and we don't have to wait like 10 years for Toei to do something, because Toei is honestly Toei animation's awful. They just money greedy, and they honestly anything Toei on Crunchyroll like is such a pain in the ass. Like One Piece waiting for dubs now because they don't want to simul-dub because they want to make their money off the Microsoft store. It just, I really hope, because like if they want Digimon to get big, they need to make it available like it was in the 90s. It's not available now. It's hard to watch Digimon Adventure 2020 unless you download the English version. There's not an easy way to get it. We're just getting a Ghost game dub years later. There's still series that have not been dubbed, that people would pick up and watch if there was dub, and now they got this, and it's like, okay, well, everything else, One Piece is dubbed, Dragon Ball is dubbed, all the biggest shows in anime named are dubbed, which means you have a bigger audience, because people who want to watch it in their own language, like we did when we were kids in the 90s. I want to watch Digimon in the language I watched it as a kid. And that's, nothing against Japanese language. That's just how I feel. So, I mean, it's up to them, but they need to think about reaching a wider audience in order to make this show big. Other dub shows that we're looking in on. I haven't watched the Isekai Quartet. I don't know if it's good. It looks kind of funny. But they're doing season 3 of that. I haven't looked at that one yet. Or the Bed and Breakfast for Spirits season 2. I think Kingdom seasons, like the beginning seasons, are all dubbed, I believe. So you can watch those dubbed. And then this one doesn't have a dub date yet. So I'm not sure how that's going to go. This one's interesting. Let This Grieving Soul Retire. It says the dub airtime's TBA. But Core 1 has not been dubbed yet at all. So I don't know if they're planning on starting to dub Core 1 as Core 2 airs, and then you can kind of keep bringing it forward. We'll have to wait and see. This one, may I ask one final thing, is hilarious. It's kind of an interesting show where the main protagonist, the female protagonist, is literally a brawler, and she just wants to punch the lights out of anyone who pisses her off. And it's very, very funny, but also really cool at the same time. This is probably my favorite watch so far. I think we got like 4 episodes of it in. So if you want to see Lady in Red just trounce people and be so happy about it, this is a show for you. It's gonna be fun. We also have, of course, My Hero. Like I said, there's also a couple other ones. Pass the Monster, Meet Milady. This is kind of another one, kind of almost like Delicious in Dungeon or the campfire cooking one, because it's going to be all about like kept killing monsters and then like cooking them to prepare delicious meals. So it's kind of interesting. And I think there's a few Tales of Wedding Rings has got a season 2. So if you watch that one, it is I'd say it's like a rated 18A one, because it does show nudity in it. So it is on the kind of the risque side of animes and stuff like that. So, but it is an interesting storyline. Of course, it's harem anime like most ones like that, regardless of you know, of how interesting like the storyline might be. The tropes are there, and that's kind of where it goes. I haven't watched the Banished Court Magician Aims to be the Strongest yet either, but I'm interested in that one. It looks like it should have a dub, so there might be one episode out already. Other ones that are interesting, in The Daily Life of the Immortal King. I haven't finished season 4. I want to say, yeah, because I believe I've finished the first 3 seasons, but I haven't finished season 4 yet. It's kind of a weird watch because as much as I like the characters in that show, it doesn't always feel like the storyline's going anywhere. So it'll be interesting to see what season 5's like once I finish season 4. It says December 13th, so it's airing really late. The one thing about this is I don't know if it's actually going to get dubbed right away, because a lot of times I think it's Mandarin, so it gets dubbed into Japanese and then gets dubbed into English way later. So when it says dub, they could be actually talking about the Japanese, not the original language. So that's an interesting one. Dark History of the Reincarnated Villainess. This is one I'm interested in as well, but it has not dubbed yet. The dub has not released yet, so we're waiting on that. I believe this is actually dubbed. I thought I saw that this was dubbed, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah. This one kind of looks interesting, The Monster Who Wants to Eat Me, but it does not have a dub, so I'll not be watching it. And I'm not sure if I want to watch this one, the Tojima Wants to Be a Kamen Rider, because it seems kind of a little ridiculous, but it might be good. You never know. Some things that look ridiculous end up being really, really good. But yeah, there's a couple other ones, obviously. Gachikuda, Togen Anki is continuing in a new arc. So that's pretty fun so far. There was no episode this Friday, which was kind of funny. So I'm assuming they'll be back this week. But we'll have to wait and see. And of course, as always, we're continuing the Watari-Kun's is about to collapse. I'm assuming that's a life, but it's just kind of funny that he doesn't tell us what that is. And then, of course, One Piece. We're still waiting for a new dub batch. I believe we have at least 13 or 14 episodes now, so there is the potential for them to start dubbing it. We could see it, I'm thinking, by the last one we had, I think was like August, I want to say, mid-August, early mid-August. So I feel like we could see it by mid-November, December. So we might get one more before the end of the year. And unfortunately, that's how it is right now, because they're not doing simuldub. They're just doing it, one batch at a time. So you got to wait until the sub gets so far up, and then they got to produce it and put it through and put it on the Microsoft Store and make their money and then put it on Crunchyroll. So that's kind of where we are on that. And I'm hoping that we get some news soon about what's going on with it. So we'll continue to bring you guys up to date when we know anything about the One Piece dub. But those are the shows that I've been watching so far. Like I said, there's a few more on here that I'm going to get to. Haven't got a chance to check them out yet, but I'm going to be watching them, and I'll let you guys all know what I think. So far, may I ask one final thing, is my favorite, next to, of course, the final season of My Hero. As a returning and new show, those are my two top picks. There's several things on here I really love, like campfire cooking, like to Your Eternity. It was really, really good, and I pretty much binged it pretty much in the last week or so. But and I'm hoping for more interesting things out of things like Gachikuda. So we'll just have to wait and see on all of that. Let me know your guys' thoughts on all these animes. Is there any ones that I have missed that is a dub that I should be checking out right now? We're gonna have a crazy lineup in 2026. I've already heard about like a ton of new returning shows that we love on this channel here that are getting season 2, season 3, like and beyond. So we're gonna have a lot of stuff coming out this next year. They're gonna be really, really interesting. So I can't wait for all that. And let me know your thoughts in general about all of this. But it looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in. We hope to see you in the next video. As always, have a wonderful day. That's all for now, folks.